Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I'm Marcus Giuliano and I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is fish and sustainable fish and environment. It's either gold or salmon in Alaska. Alaska's precious Bristol Bay could be turned around quite drastically. I've been following this since the first article I saw in the New York Times in 2008. Okay. Alaska, the Bristol Bay, is faced with a very, possibly life-changing landscape up there. See, the Bristol Bay is just north of where the Aleutian Islands actually touch into Alaska. So where that little strip starts going out of islands and land in the peninsula, the Bristol Bay is in the north part of that. Well, there's a proposed mine called Pebble Mine, and of course I have a hat on today because I want to emphasize what's going on here. So, Pebble Mine. Pebble Mine is what's being proposed up on the rivers that are feeding into the Bristol Bay. Now, the Bristol Bay is the world's largest salmon reproduction grounds in the world. It's been doing this for millennia, and it's going to keep doing it for millennia as long as you keep the conditions the same as they are. Unfortunately, there's a proposed mine because they've found an enormous amount of gold, copper, minerals up there, which are not infinite. It's a one-time extraction, and then you're done. Okay, but there supposedly is a large amount of those, so they want to basically do one of the world's largest mines right next to that fragile ecosystem of the Bristol Bay. Now, I'm going to just read a couple facts off to you here with what's really going on, okay? Based on preliminary plans, the proposed Pebble Mine project would be one of the largest mines in the world with a footprint that would cover 28 square miles of land. The mine would produce up to 10.8 billion tons of waste rock. So of course, when you take gold and you take minerals out of rock, you have what's left over, which is waste rock. So 10.8 billion tons of waste rock. To put this number into perspective, if Pebble Limited Partnership used rail cars, if they used rail cars to carry this, okay, basically using a standard 65-foot long rail cart, the train would measure 1.3 million miles, long enough to circle the equator of our Earth 50 times. That's what they're looking to extract out of there as waste rock, okay? The extraction of the ore could create an open pit up to 4,000 feet deep. Remember, 5,500 feet is a mile, 5,600 feet is a mile. So 4,000 feet deep and 3.2 miles wide. Oh my gosh. Up to 9 miles of dams reaching up to 740 feet high would be required, okay, required to impound the 2.5 million tons of toxic waste produced from mining, okay? So they're looking at producing 2.5 billion tons of toxic waste and harboring it just right there next to this fragile ecosystem of the Bristol Bay and the waters that lead into the Bristol Bay. The type of ore at Pebble is likely to produce acid mine draining, which may lead to chronic contamination of surface and groundwaters, okay, having severe detrimental impact on aquatic life. This is, I mean, if the region's seismic activity, which means earth shifts, earthquake activity, seismic activity and extreme weather conditions could trigger dam failures, resulting in potentially catastrophic impacts. That means if those dams fail and everything rushes in there, all that toxic waste. I mean, I don't understand. This is to our government, okay? I understand Pebble Mine because this is a business for them. Okay, this is probably a business that is for profit, of course, that where only a few people are going to profit from all this. They're going to have employees, unlike the salmon industry, which is a lot of independently, locally owned boats fishing up there. It's livelihood for a lot of people up there, as opposed to the mining, it's not livelihood for a lot of people. It's livelihood for a few of the executives who make all the money, and the owners and the top dogs of these corporations. It's like with shrimp farming. They go into this land in Asia, and the food doesn't go, the shrimp doesn't go to the locals. The locals get dealt with the pollution and the low wages and the ill health effects. And the people who make money are the companies, the head of the companies, which are one or just two people. So it's probably a situation like that where not the locals aren't going to benefit. They might get a job, but they have jobs already from fishing, okay? It's a fishing-based community. So what's going to tell me, okay, government, congressmen, senators, what's going to happen here is you're going to let them mine for a one-time mine to potentially wipe out the whole fishing industry that's been there for millennia, that will continue to be there for millennia because of the sustainable quota system and the sustainable catch methods they have established in Alaska from day one. It just does not make sense. What are the Bristol Bay salmons? Why are Bristol Bay salmon so important? Bristol Bay is one of the top producing wild salmon systems in the world, yielding up to 40 million mature salmon each year. Bristol Bay is the most lucrative wild salmon fishery in Alaska, supporting nearly 5,000 full-time equivalent jobs. 5,000 full-time jobs. Bristol Bay's annual salmon migration provides essential dietary protein for both humans and numerous animal species, while depositing tons of marine-derived nutrients that are vital to the health and ecology function of the basin. I just really hope this doesn't happen. Congress, please wake up. The powers to be in Alaska, please wake up. Fishermen, let's stand up. People, we all eat seafood. Most of us eat seafood. Let's stand up. Let's do something. Let's make our voices heard. Stop Pebble Mine. This is a shame. Let's look at the big picture here. Let's look at the big picture and not look at the small one-time picture of you know, it's like pulling a slot machine. You know, they might win, they might not, but you know, the fish keep swimming back and back and back. Let's go for the for sure thing, and you know, let's keep the salmon. Let's stop the mine, and let's play it safe. I'm Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission: stop Pebble Mine.